Hello, my fellow rainbows, and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today, I'm gonna be reacting to top 6 weirdest SpongeBob episodes. Also, I think I'm gonna change my intro to make it more open for the YouTube community. As stated here, it says this video is a critique in education which is considered fair use under Section 107 of the Copyright Act, 1967. 76. If you like these SpongeBob episodes, please consider buying them. Now, I probably have them somewhere already because when I was younger, I was a SpongeBob fan. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Alright, so let's just go ahead and jump into this video.
If there's two things we can count on, it's taxes and SpongeBob being weird.
Okay.
One is certainly more of its absurdity, randomness, and some lines that just leave me scratching my head in bewilderment.
Wish I could scratch my head. Wombo.
So since
Wombo.
SpongeBob is
Wombo
always a fun
wheels.
list to make, let's check out the top 6 weirdest SpongeBob episodes. For this list, I could really use the help of a real SpongeBob expert.
Me.
Yo, what is up, everyone? And what's up, Strider?
Oh, howdy, Alpha. A fine
Me.
video to you too. You've analysed tons of SpongeBob episodes with a fine-tooth comb on your channel. Would you mind helping me out with this list?
I'd be glad to help. I can certainly recall
My
some
feet are cold.
particularly weird episodes that left me puzzled on what I just watched.
Okay, great. Welcome to the show. Why don't you pick an episode first?
Okay, number 6. Whirly Brain.
Oh, I don't see what's so weird about this episode.
But watch this. Just look at what
The newer episodes, cause
Oh,
me no.
so SpongeBob and Patrick discover a new toy on television that forcefully yanks out their brain and spinal cord.
Whoa, Patrick! I've never seen the world from this angle before.
And yet they still seem delighted to get their hands on it.
No matter how happy SpongeBob and Patrick seem about it, it's hard not to feel a little squeamish as we watch their brains and spinal cords dangling outside of their open skulls, or being tossed around and stretched like dog chow.
The whole thing doesn't even remotely make anatomical sense. Besides, Patrick doesn't even have a brain. He's a starfish. Mind you, I suppose SpongeBob isn't exactly a show that prides itself on being a realistic representation of creatures.
The only one who seems to have the same weirded out reaction as the audience seems to be Squidward, who is understandably terrified.
Woo! Idiots from Mars.
It even leads to them slowly beginning to lose their minds.
Only the dismal abyss of black nothingness.
Which makes sense, because they literally lose their minds. Whirly Brain's more than fits the category of squeamish, bizarre, and overall just a weird episode.
I'll never be a no-brainer again.
And number 5, Salsa Imbecilis. Picture all the citizens of Bikini Bottom for a second. Now bring the IQ of every single one of them down to Patrick's level, to the point where they're literally wearing pants on their heads, riding upside-down skateboards, considering lottery tickets a good investment, and, well, just acting pin-headed to a scale of biblical city-destroying proportions.
In fact, a good chunk of this episode is just watching Sandy marvel at the sheer stupidity occurring around her.
These big Krabby Patties. That's mud.
Plankton has the brilliant idea to make a chow that gives everyone the intellectual capacity of Patrick. The only citizen who doesn't become weirdly out of character is Patrick, because the serum was based on his cheese stick IQ.
So Sandy and Karen work together to try and cure the town of their head-slammingly stupefied state. But at first, the best idea they can come up with is feeding them nuts. For our 2 of the smartest characters in the show, it's a pretty silly idea.
But their ideas improve when they decide to educate them. The entire town graduates, and I guess everyone's back to normal. Well, that made absolutely 0 sense.
Yep, Salsa Umbilicus is a nonsensical oddball episode from beginning to end.
And for number 4...
That's weird.
The Tigers take on the...
First of all, that's really weird. I've never seen, like, those episodes, and that's probably because I've only watched the older episodes, like all the way up to season 7, and maybe a little bit of 8 and 9 and 10. But I haven't watched that many of the newer episodes. You dig? So, no. Quit trying to, like, ruin me. So, those are very weird. And the weird ones are probably going to be some of the newer episodes because they're so weird. Especially, like, to me, because, you know, I grew up with the old ones. It don't matter. It really do not matter.
Frankendoodle.
Okay, this
breaks
one of the other
fourth
ones.
wall so much it might as well be a fourth window. A real-life fisherman drops his pencil, which
He must have really
apparently
loved
has the
that
power
pencil.
to create life under the sea. When SpongeBob gets hold of this relic of Jeebus, he basically begins to play God.
But things start to get even weirder when SpongeBob
Creepy looking when it moves.
You're right, SpongeBob.
Then he makes a particularly oddball sand-like replica of himself that quickly turns into a silent, violent, inhuman monster. Well, it's kind of silent. It mainly grunts and makes strange, indistinct utterances. The evil Frankendoodle goes rampant and starts drawing its own distorted, calamitous, two-dimensional pencil world.
Even when SpongeBob erases Frankendoodle, it still manages to arise out of disembodied hands, returning from the dead to assassinate the real SpongeBob.
And this erase doesn't just have the power to erase drawings. It literally has the pencils. SpongeBob defeats the, evil pencil-y thing. And once again, the sea is safe.
And SpongeBob gives the artist his pencil back, so everybody wins. Or do they? Frankendoodle is a great example from season 2 of the writers playing with the fourth wall to create a weird and kind of creepy, but creative and gripping
He really
episode.
just said, "Shut up, bro."
SpongeBob, destroyer of evil!
Take it easy, it's just a drawing.
And the
Right.
third weirdest SpongeBob episode is SB129.
Oh,
This
well,
episode starts
that's.
off like
Hold on,
most
wait.
SpongeBob
Let me put my
episodes.
input on this video.
Squidward's
Okay. Technically, I don't consider that episode a weird episode because it is just like taking them back in time. But let's see what they have to say. Why it's so weird.
enjoying some peace and quiet, which
Ugh.
promptly gets interrupted by SpongeBob.
He's the process of playing with SpongeBob. In a scene like this, he gets even more caught up in the game. More than SpongeBob. I wonder if that's something people missed in later seasons.
You know, I never noticed that before, but you're right. Squidward's not just constantly rolling his eyes and being apathetic like in later seasons. He seems to genuinely enjoy participating in some of SpongeBob's games. It kind of adds some fun for the viewer when we can see that Squidward's having some fun too. But things start to get really weird when in Squidward's fight for solitude, he accidentally freezes himself for 2,000 years.
2,000 years
Later. Oh.
This gives us a glimpse of Bikini Bottom 2,000 years into the future, where we meet SpongeTron.
And don't forget SpongeTron's 486 clones.
Jellyfishy?
Leaving Squidward to land in a time machine and be thrown into prehistoric past. Still unable to get solitude,
She
he has
said-
to deal with prehistoric SpongeBob.
Okay, wait.
But then it
That scene gave me nightmares when I was a child. Not even gonna lie to you guys. That scene specifically gave me nightmares when I was younger.
flips the weird bar into overdrive, as we see, well, what would you even call this, Strider?
I'm not quite sure, Alpha. It's like a perplexing hallucinogenic string of consciousness. All we know is that this is the result of Squidward's time machine malfunction.
The end of the universe, maybe?
Yeah, the end of the universe. I think that's the closest guess we're gonna get. In this world of nothingness, we watch Squidward go mad with terror as he realizes he'll be alone in this world for all eternity.
He does get home in the end, but this was still a very strange, mystifying trip for Squidward
It wasn't
and the
strange to me. It
viewers.
was
And the
just
second weird. You ever had one of those days, you know, where you get a jellyfish stuck in your brain and all the jellyfish in the
That's
sea
weird.
start stalking you to the point where you get stuck in a cave and get so desperate that you carve people out of rocks?
No, I don't think I can say that I have.
Oh, well, SpongeBob has a day or many days like this apparently.
We discover that during windstorms, SpongeBob's holes create music that attracts jellyfish, leading to him becoming sort of a jellyfish piper.
Oh, stop it, please stop it. Ah!
It is later. He carves out many huge stone obelisks in his image, creating music that apparently goes on for thousands of years. Our buddy SpongeBob tries to go back to Bikini Bottom, but realizes he's been gone for what looks like half a century.
And the last scene we get of him is him collapsing in despair in front of the Krusty Krab.
Interestingly, this episode points out that SpongeBob may actually be a genius artisan. I mean, his obelisks are so perfectly crafted that they bring perfect music to the jellyfish. It's a shame he's never tried being an architect instead of a fry cook. It'd probably pay a lot better than Mr. Krabs pays him. This episode remains famous for being one of the most far-out, bewildering episodes in all of SpongeBob. And before we get to number one, just some quick honorable mentions. Fungus Among Us.
That's
This
weird.
episode
I
isn't so much watching
didn't
SpongeBob
know.
spread shenanigans as it is watching SpongeBob spread fungus and disease all over town. I personally found it mainly just gross and not really weird. Face freeze. This episode is weird, but
That's
mostly because
scary.
of the weird faces. Overall, it's just a good old-fashioned cautionary kid's tale and silly faces. Anyway, on to number one. And the number one weirdest SpongeBob episode is Squidward in Clarinet Land.
That's
Where
weird.
clarinets can live without persecution. You need to learn respect.
All the weird episodes really had to do with
Clarinet
Squidward.
Land isn't so much an
For some reason.
episode, so much as watching the writer's descent into madness. We start with us wanting some storage space, but it rapidly dissipates into a demented world of sight, mind, and clarinets.
What the heck?
What is this place? How this strange clarinet world came to exist is unknown. If this isn't just Squidward's dream, did SpongeBob create this world?
I don't know. It's more like a nightmare dimension where Squidward is constantly encountering mystifying otherworldly creatures and objects.
And if that wasn't weird enough, then the eagle eats him, throwing Squidward into its inner organs and digestive tract.
Then, apparently because that wasn't weird enough,
Get out of my face.
Squidward randomly appears in rooms full of mirrors, holes, and evil doppelgangers of himself. Then the episode just abandons all attempt at coherence and goes into complete off-the-wall mind-screw territory. Squidward just begins jumping randomly through clarinet-inspired hallucinations, pinballs, and giant vacuums in his desperate attempt to escape this
I love you,
nightmare
Mom.
dimension.
Then apparently, SpongeBob and Squidward
Yes.
giant and go into orbit? Does that make sense?
Don't worry,
We
Mama.
are
I got you,
truly
though.
in zero cent.
I got you, Mama. They ain't gonna see you. They ain't gonna see your beauty just yet. Guys, just ignore that.
Territory,
Because my mom
friend.
loves me
I
so
fear
much
us
because I
attempting to
made
make
dinner.
sense of this may leave us both in a state of madness. Finally, Squidward appears back in his locker, making us question, was any of that real?
Maybe it was a hallucination caused by a gas leak in the Krusty Krab.
Yeah, a gas leak is certainly a plausible theory. It could have even just been that Squidward was simply tired and fell asleep in his locker. Maybe Squidward dreams about these clarinet-inspired drug trips regularly. Either way, Squidward in Clarinet Land certainly remains the weirdest, most twisted, nonsensical SpongeBob episode I've ever seen.
Do you know the horror I've endured?
From SpongeBob, we can want each episode to be packed with that inherent creativity, color,
Dun,
and good
dun,
cheer to them.
dun, 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 dun.
Honestly,
Let
just
me. Alright. So, I'm gonna suggest that is the end of this video. Yes, those episodes are quite weird. For some reason, the weird episodes always have to do with Squidward because Squidward. Usually the ones where they hallucinate, like really weirdly, like the episode, I think it's called Insomniac, when SpongeBob could not get to sleep for whatever reason, and he just has to go through this thing where it's all weird, and he's trying to get to sleep, but he can't, and like it's just weird. And then Squidward and his hallucinations, it's all crazy and funky and weird. So I guess that's it. I know I didn't talk much throughout this video, and I don't want to apologize for that. Also, guys, I'm gonna cry, but in 2 days, wait. Okay, in 2 days, school starts for me. Yes, July 31st, school starts for me. Oh my god, I'm actually gonna cry. Wait. um, School does start for me, and it sucks so much. Yep. So videos will come to a little closing, but I know I keep saying like, oh, I'm gonna upload more. I'm gonna try and do better with uploading videos. Listen, I'm sorry that I don't upload that much, and that's all I have to say. I mean, when I put out content, I think my content is good. It's just I don't get it out enough. But I guess that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to check that description down below. I love you guys. Stay safe. You're valid. Bye. I'm waving my hand really weirdly.